In this lesson, we are going to extend our knowledge of dividing polynomials so that we're dividing by a monomial. So now there's a variable in the denominator. So if we have negative 10m squared and we're going to divide it by 2m, we can actually picture what this means using guiding tiles. Now, you were introduced briefly to the concept of guiding tiles in multiplying polynomials. And in multiplying polynomials, it was taking the intersection of the left and the top of these guiding tiles and finding what's in the middle. So it's a similar idea. The denominator, that 2m, that goes along one side of your guiding tile. It doesn't matter whether you put it on the left or on the top. That numerator, the negative 10m squared, that's what you have as your product. That's in the main area of your guiding tile. So since we've set up 2m's on the left-hand side, we can only run 2 rows in our chart here. So what we have to do is we have to somehow fit in 10m squared tiles evenly in 2 rows. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there is our 10m squared tiles. So now what we're trying to find is what would have been in the top of our guiding rows, of our guiding tiles. Well, each side in this column has a length of m. Each side in this column has a length of m. Same thing. In fact, in all of the columns, the length of the tiles were m. So we know we're going to have m tiles across the top. The last thing you would have to look at is whether they were positives or negatives. These ones here were positives. The answers were all negatives. The only way that you can have one side being positive and one side being negative is if the other part was also negative. Because a positive times a negative will give us a negative. So what we can look at here is that we have 5 negative m tiles. That's our answer when we divide negative 10m squared by 2m. We get negative 5m. Now again, there's got to be a better way than writing this out. So what we look at is if we've got negative 10m squared divided by 2m, we can just divide the coefficient parts. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. And then when we divide the variable parts, it's working the opposite. Remember we said m times m was m squared? So m squared divided by m must be m. And we can see that in the algebra tiles. So now, if we look at the next one, we have 30k squared subtract 18k divided by negative 6k. Again, we could set this up using algebra tiles. However, if we remember what we learned in the previous lesson, we're just dividing each of the numerator terms by the denominator. And if we think about what we just learned, that an m squared divided by m was m, then we can just do this using our heads and not visualizing it with algebra tiles. 30 divided by negative 6 is negative 5. K squared divided by k is just k. Negative 18k divided by negative 6k. Negative 18 divided by negative 6 is positive 3. K divided by k is 1. And 3 times 1 is just 3. And if you didn't know that, think about this. What's 10 divided by 10? It's 1. What's 25 divided by 25? It's 1. What's 1,000 divided by 1,000? It's 1. So what's k divided by k? Remember, whatever number we substitute into k, you're just going to divide it by itself, so it's 1. So the variables, when they have the same exponent, they just cancel each other out. So our answer there is negative 5k plus 3. Let's think about this another way. If we recall back to our exponent laws, when we were dividing same bases, what did we do? Well, we subtracted the exponents. We said 7 subtract 4, we would have had 2 to the exponent 3. So it's the same idea with dividing polynomials. If we have 12m squared divided by 4m, we divide the values of 12 and 4 and subtract the exponents. 2 subtract 1 just leaves 1. So m squared divided by m is just m. So if we're looking at this first one here, 15m squared divided by 3m. 15 divided by 3 is 5. M squared divided by m, 2 subtract 1 is just 1. We do not have to write an exponent of 1. So our answer is 5m. 12x squared divided by 4x. 12 divided by 4 is 3. X squared divided by x is just x. 2 subtract 1 is 1. Minus 16x divided by 4x. Minus 16 divided by 4 is minus 4. X divided by x cancels out. 1 subtract 1 is 0. And remember, x to the exponent 0 is just 1. So we are left with 3x minus 4.